Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back for game number 2 in this best of 3. It's LGD versus Newbee. LGD currently trailing their former captain Chow 8 0-1. Well, can they bounce back? We'll find out now. The draft is underway, so we're going to hop on into it. Of course, I'm LD. I'm joined here by my good friend Winter, and here we go. Oh man, they still haven't fixed the overlays. Okay, no draft overlays. But Winter, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Welcome
looking
back.
forward to see his ex-comrades exact revenge.
Yeah, we'll see. Newbie goes again for the Shadow Shaman first pick. Last time they had second pick, this time they had first overall. And actually LGD banned Veno. It was very ineffective last game. They'll ban it anyway. Newbie goes Shadow Shaman and LGD with the Prophet Dragonite reply, so taking away a controller that Newbie used well, they still go for the Prophet again, but they've got a more solid backbone for the team with this Dragonite pick.
Yeah, but having seen the Dragonite so early, Newbie can just plan ahead of what do they want to put in the lane against DK to take advantage of that. Since it's mostly high chance that the Dragonite will just go middle, and if DK doesn't get a good start, like his primary weakness is at the start. In the laning phase, he's not as strong as any other heroes. A lot of matchups can be really bad for him.
Team ban.
Doom from Newbie, who's been getting banned a lot in the second phase,
LGD's
but
turn to ban.
hasn't been picked that much. There was a
Yeah.
period where all the Chinese teams were running Doom, but
They run Doom mostly when they see Dragonite on the enemy team, because like in the fights, people think it's actually very underrated to Doom the Dragonite, since actually Dragonite casts his stun fairly
seconds
often and his
remaining.
Breathe Fire, he deals a lot of damage in the fight. So mostly the Chinese teams use Doom
Radiant
against the
team
Dragonite
ban.
to minimize his impact in the fights.
LGD's turn.
yeah, we'll
to
see
ban.
if LGD pick. They already have 2 cores here, though, so Doom not the strongest pick in that sense, and we could see them go for a tri-core, something that hasn't worked well for the old LGD, but, well, with this new lineup, maybe they'll look to spice things up a bit. We'll
10
see the
seconds
Alchemist
remaining.
ban out from LGD. Newbie, how do you think they're going to
5
run this
seconds
Doom? Is this like a safe lane Howl Doom? Do they give it to Moo and send to mid? What are you expecting?
Reserve time.
I'm not really expecting a greedy Doom, which is a position 4. I think most of the Chinese teams don't really like to do that. I've seen it once or twice from Vichy, but that's about it. So I guess it's most likely I think it's middle. I don't think they'll do a safe lane Doom on How, since How is it's much more beneficial
10
for them to give
seconds
him a hero
remaining.
that can be really aggressive early on, like a Weaver.
5 seconds remaining.
LGD, one more ban. They'll remove the puck here for Newbie.
LGD's turn to
Newbie,
pick.
Moose
they're actually-
Storm Spirit is still out there.
Yeah,
And LGD
they're
are going to
actually-
take it.
Oh, they're actually gonna grab the Storm, so this is gonna be
Radiant
a safe lane Storm. They're gonna have 3 cores like you said, and you can't Doom everyone. But the LGD seems to expect that Doom is either on the safe lane or greedy, since they ban out the Alchemist, they ban out the Puck. These are both solo mid heroes for Newbie.
I like this as well because I think Newbie actually wanted the Storm. They've got the Doom, Storm great against the Prophet, lanes well against Dragonite. It would have been a really strong pick.
10 seconds
So that's a
remaining.
really good reply from LGD.
And Newbie is gonna go
LGD's
for
turn
more
to pick.
rat exterminators. Nyx will be a really good way of dealing with the Prophet, not to mention mana burn is good against the Storm as well.
Yeah, and just having that additional lockdown is desperately needed. So it's not going to be an easy game for Storm. Sure, you can't doom everyone, but there's a lot of lockdown here. The Hex, the Doom, the Shackles, and the Impale.
Yeah, this is a time where you figure, do I
10
actually need to go
seconds
for
remaining.
first item BKB? Since there's like 3 cores, and
5
you don't need to
seconds
be
remaining.
going that greedy to make sure that you are super strong. You just need to survive. Okay, talk about surviving.
Radiant
Shallow
team
Grave.
pick.
This is
safe.
necessary. This is actually necessary, I feel, this game.
Do you like the idea of Shadow Priest plus Abaddon this game for LGD?
LGD's
Well, not
turn
so.
to ban.
Actually, their cores have a lot of lockdown, so maybe they
Yeah.
could make it work.
It's
Wouldn't be
actually
bad.
very good at protecting against the Nyx as well, and the Shaman disables. The Abaddon Athletic Shield takes away everything.
10
And like you
seconds
said,
remaining.
the Storm has a disable, the Dragonite has a low cooldown disable, and Dazzle
5
has
seconds remaining.
mediocre disable, semi-disable from the Poison Touch, so they're actually not too bad in that sense.
They'll ban out a Chen here.
Radiant
Worried
team
about that
ban.
Shadow Shaman Chen combination. Don't want Newbie to snowball with an early advantage. I am wondering what Newbee's plans are for the lanes. I mean,
LGD's
LGD, you
turn to
expect
pick.
the Dragonite mid. That's pretty obvious. So that would put your Storm into the safe lane. And
Morphling middle against
it's where you,
Dragonite.
yeah, it's where you can run the Morph mid instead of the Doom and just crush Dragonite 1v1.
True, but it seems like they're just gonna do. I think maybe the chances are they're gonna do safe lane morphling because Doom doesn't really. He's gonna
10
get a better
seconds
trade against the
remaining.
Dragonite because of Devour, and why not? Because
5
Doom, if you
seconds
give him the safe
remaining.
farm, he's not as powerful as like
Radiant team
any
pick.
other carry. And they're gonna go for the DD Enigma once more.
The greed from
greed.
these teams.
Man, since when LGD has become a greedy team, they used to be the very they are content with what they have. They defend. They wait for their carry to become fat and they fight.
What is Newbee gonna do to punish this? Do they try to outgreed them, or do they try to take the
10
fight?
They can't
seconds
punish.
remaining.
They can't go aggressive trolling or roam early with a Nyx and a
5
Shaman.
seconds
It's
remaining.
not very strong.
No, I'm talking more about their mid game. Do they go for
Oh,
someone who
okay.
can just like gank and really
Resolve
force the
time.
fights?
Oh,
Do they
okay.
go
If
for
you're talking about in that sense, maybe they run the Doom NC jungle, then they put the Nyx middle, and they pick another core, and just Shaman as lone support. Okay, they're not gonna do that.
they're gonna
They're
run
actually
Nyx
gonna
as a core?
they're gonna put no, they're gonna put
Yeah, they are.
off lane Doom. They actually
Yeah, King J will be on support Shadow Shaman, so it's not a support Nyx. It's actually a Moon Nyx. Oh boy. Well,
they're
looking
gonna
at these
do
lanes for LGD, Storm's gonna have an easy time against Doom unless the Enchantress comes into his lane.
Yeah.
Nyx
Enchantress
is not going to do anything to slow down Dragon Knight. This Enchantress has to do a lot, I feel, for Newbee.
Yeah, like you were asking the question of how does Newbie punish the greed that LGD is going for? Enchantress is one of the strongest early game heroes to make a lot of stuff happen.
And Banana's one of the stronger junglers in China as well, so we'll see if he
Prepare for
can
battle.
make something happen.
I
What
like to disagree. I think Chan is a better jungler.
what is this set? Ugh.
What?
Look at this Nyx set. This is hideous. This is the ugliest item I've ever seen in Dota 2. Okay, I'm not. I'll let it go. But wow. Okay, we've got a best of 3 here, guys. Newbee on the Radiant side, LGD on the Dire. We start with Xiao 8. He'll be playing the Doom Director against his former teammates. They will be running How mid as the Morphling. He's going mass HP regen. We'll be going bottle with after the early Wraith Band. Banana in the Woods is that Enchantress. King J going to be playing the Shadow Shaman. Already, the Prophet is Sentry warded 2 camps and Observer warded
30
another
seconds
camp.
to
So they're
go.
really trying to shut down this jungle.
Yeah, I like this against Enchantress. This is a very good response from the Prophet doing this. And on the Dire
And
side,
the last hero is Moo on the Nyx Assassin.
sorry,
That's
I thought
okay.
you're done.
No, I'm done now.
on-
I'm done now.
On the Dire side, we have LGD Rabbit playing the Storm Spirit or Xiao 2G. DD will be playing the Greedy Enigma. Yao will be middle on his Dragonite. Dazzle will be handled by DDC. And lastly, we have
battle
IC once
begins.
again on the Prophet. There'll be an Observer Ward placed here, and Xiao 8 seems like he's going to abandon the jungle. Abandon the lane and go into
Oh,
the
this is
jungle.
gonna be a They're running 2 junglers? Okay, no. Xiao 8's gonna go bottom, it looks like.
Okay, they're gonna do a dual lane and top.
Nyx, Shadow Shaman, offlane dual lane. They're expecting LGD to go for something weird, which they are. Well, now they've seen the Storm.
They're expecting a Shadow Priest and Storm on the safe lane is pretty weak. And Shaman and Nyx can stand fairly easy against that lane.
Well,
They're actually gonna rotate they're gonna rotate since they saw the Doom at the bottom rune, so they're gonna change their lanes up.
look at Banana. He's like, what do I do this game? The thing is, by the time he gets into the enemy jungle, Enigma's already going to be basically level 2.
But Enigma can't really fend off the threat of the Enchantress.
Not
I
quite
think
yet, yeah.
Yeah, he's okay if the Enchantress goes. It's okay for the Enchantress to go to the enemy woods. He's gonna smoke up right away.
Yeah, might as well, because he's not doing anything in his woods. Can he get a first blood mid? Morphling? Might be able to, actually. This Dragon Knight out of mana. No Dragon Tail yet.
Depends on the position. If Dragonite is... Yeah, it's if he's at where he is right now, and he gets Storm, he's gonna die.
Oh, but now he's got his bottle. I'm not sure this is happening.
Maybe.
There's some good
there's still a
harassment.
chance.
Well, Hal's
There's still a
really
chance.
laying into
Yeah,
him here.
Morphling is doing a lot of
The
damage.
slow. Now the stomp's gonna come through. Is he gonna commit to this kill? Yeah, there's a wave for him. And he waves over the top. Hal gets the first blood.
That was a really good execution from Hal. He was actually morphing strength before he went in as well, anticipating that he might need a little bit more HP to survive. That's very well done by him.
Well, and even before that, he was very heavily agility morphed because he knows Dragon Knight's not gonna have Dragon Tail at level 2, which normally would be a big risk, but something he can get away with just understanding his opponent.
That was a really good, understanding. It was a great deal of game understanding there. But the Enchantress is going to ward up. He's gonna place a ward here and he's gonna encounter the Enigma. Jungle Walls.
This is just... DD's denying his own Eidolons now. Banana will not want to fight against the 4 Eidolons, though.
Oh, bottom lane. They're gonna go in on Xiao 8. King J is here.
DDC's diving, and... Oh, DDC. He's got creeps protecting him. He'll start dropping Remnants. Very dangerous to overextend on this chase. Yeah, those Remnants do a lot of damage. But the Enigma's been forced back to base. And DD's actually gone bottle. He just does not like Soul Ring, man. I've seen him go a lot of rate of Basilius and now bottle.
Because I think the main reason of the bottle is he wants to rotate early and gank. With the bottle, you can rotate and pick up runes and potentially have more chances and openings to gank, and it's cheaper than a Soul Ring.
Yeah, he's the only Enigma player that just never gets it that I've seen. He always goes Bassi or bottle.
I've seen quite a few players that does this as well, but it was from the older patches, older versions, and it wasn't even the new Malphis where it's much better to gank early on.
Now it's totally musical jungle, and Banana's actually warded off the enemy woods, and the sentries that LGD placed have worn off. So now DD's gonna take the enemy jungle over, and Banana has slowed down his own jungle in the enemy woods. Very, very funny game.
But the thing is, he can actually just either gank middle or top. I still think even though if he doesn't have the best camps to farm around, but he's in a position where he can take advantage of anyone out of position in the middle lane or the top lane.
Well, and the other thing is Morphlane just crushes Dragon Knight 1v1 at this point, especially with that first blood. Very easy for him to farm
and the creep as well there, being a nuisance to Yao. Shockwaves after shockwaves. There's no way he's gonna do there's no way he's gonna do anything to the Morphling here in the lane. He's done here in the lane.
In the top lane, the Nyx is already 19 and 8, so overall, you look at Newbee, Doom's getting good levels. Everyone's doing quite well except for this Enchantress, but Banana did get the first blood. Now he's got to play a little catch-up. Only level 2, getting closer to 3. But yeah, things are going well for Newbee here. They're getting farm on... Actually, LGD doing pretty well as well. Four cores getting good farm.
But the DK is very... He's actually not very behind. He's 18 against 24.
I mean, he's losing, but he's supposed to lose. Oh, Banana. Oh boy, he's just walked right into 3 heroes. Now Xiao 2G in pursuit, perhaps. DDC also on the move. And they'll lead a tree, and looks like they'll retreat.
Yeah, I think overall the trade, I would say it's a little bit better for Newbee since Morphling is getting a good start. Yeah, but things in the mid game, if the Storm is able to make a lot of stuff happen, then it's okay to give Morphling such a good start.
Storm is probably one of the top 3 to 5 heroes to shut down a Morphling, though. If he gets Orchid fast enough, you can just completely shut him down.
Yeah, agreed. But Newbee has Doom as well to counteract the Storm, so
yeah,
I would say it's still...
It's a game of rocks, paper, scissors, I guess.
It's still a battle of who is more patient. Do you save the Doom until you see the Storm, or does the Storm wait until you use the Doom and to come in?
Well, also are those heroes even all in the fight? You never know if they'll be in position. It's all theory crafting, mostly because it's been pretty slow so far. Xiao already the tread's up. And he's trying to zone out somebody who's not here. Xiao 8's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go woods. The lane isn't working for me.
I think Banana should try and push the top tower, try to gank the Prophet. I don't think he should have just went back. The last death that he had, he went back all the way to his own jungle. I don't think he should have done that. He should have stayed top to pressure.
It looked like he was trying to find the Enigma, because he saw the Enigma wasn't in his own woods, but he ran into 4 heroes.
Yeah, it was very risky for him to run down like that. And
it's always, you know, Winter, it's always risky to pressure somewhere where the Prophet is not, because then the Prophet can always show up, and suddenly you don't have a fair fight.
I think it was like, there was a a lot of chances that he could have gone on the Prophet before that because the NA can just open with the Impale. They're gonna try and go in now.
There's a net here to start, the Stomp to follow, but the TP reaction will come from Dragon Knight. They'll get this kill on Icy, but I think Banana will fall here as well. Dropping pretty quickly, and now a Poison Touch too. And Moo's just gonna retreat out. So 1 for 1, but they get the profit. And they force 2 TPs, so Newbee will be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, the Nyx...
Oh, this-
I think he spotted... Did he spot the Enigma with that ward? I'm not very sure, but he's looking for him.
Problem is Vendetta's gonna wear off. I don't know if they have the... Do they have the level 4 waveform? Yeah, they do. They might be able to get this kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the Shadow Shaman does pick off Storm, but we'll keep our eyes on mid as DD gets completely destroyed by this Morphling. Holy crikey, he hits hard. Yeah, they also lost their Storm bottom. That's a big death. Looks like Doom was used there and sets up a pretty crucial kill.
There was 70 agility on the Morphling just now. That's why he hit so hard. And Rabbit is gonna pop his level 6 fairly soon. It's gonna be the important time for him.
Up top lane, the push will mount. An LGD. They'll try and to at least take a tower out of this, but they're losing some key heroes. The Dragon Knight has already died once, the Prophet as well, and now the Storm dies too, so every single core, they've had a death to their name. Even the Enigma's had one.
Oh, the tower.
Well, it gets denied by this Morphling. He hits really hard. Well, they get it, but at the cost of Yao's life, it looks like. There's a waveform available, and he's just not getting out of this. Drops to the Morphling, and then they keep on right-clicking. They get him with the Adaptive Strike.
Oh, he...
Early point in Adaptive Strike. Well, I guess he's not. He's actually level 9. Yeah, he's level 9 already. Wow.
That was a really... I think the Prophet should have... he didn't really need to do
Winter,
anything
he's
there.
level 9 at 8 minutes. That is insanely fast level progression.
Yeah, he got 3 kills already, that's why.
And he's gotten them on cores too. Dragon Knight, twice, yeah.
Yeah. Prophet once.
That is problematic. And meanwhile, the Storms died, so the Orca gets delayed a bit. And all he's got right now is Magic Wand, Treads, Bottle, and Basilius. And it looks like we're going to see a Yasha rush. Or no, sorry, Treads, I guess, for Hal? Yeah, just Treads. I wonder where he goes next. Mid lane, they've gone in on King J. And for the time being, is dropping pretty fast, but gets off the shackles. Stretch Armstrong's there. And now they grave Yao, but it's too early. He's not getting out of this. Not without some more help. And Newbee just descend on Yao in force. There's a Dragon Tail in the Morphling, but that just ensures the Doom gets the kill.
Yeah, you were talking about item choices on the Morphling. This game, Ethereal Blade could be, Ethereal Blade Rush could be really good on the Morphling since he's gonna be able to pick off the Prophet repeatedly with that.
Oh, casual Doom on Rabbit around the tree line. All they need is the waveform to get this kill. Now the Impale on the DD. He just melts. Morphling jams it in. He probably could have just waved over the trees for Rabbit, but goes for the safer kill, I guess. And now the tower will fall.
He's
LGD
gonna
just can't fight.
He's gonna get so much farm now. Storm's gonna zip him, but can they even kill him?
He's out of mana, but still 7 stick charges.
No, he has stick charges. He's gonna be fine for sure.
There's a Sprout on Chow 8 here. Newbee are just getting so much utility out of every single hero. The Doom found a kill bottom. Then he Dooms mid and doesn't get the kill in Storm, but sets up another kill indirectly. Your Nyx set up one gank mid, has now set up a second. Banana had the good early roaming. The Morphling's been all over the place. Every single hero on Newbee has been making plays. Even King J, when he went down mid, he still got off a good shackles and ended up securing his team a kill when they TP'd in. And now LGD are feeling pretty desperate. Down 4k gold, 5k experience against a very, very strong Newbee lineup in the mid to late game. And they're going to try and sneak a Roche.
When you do this, you are very desperate now, but they need to get something on... At least I think they give the Aegis to the Storm.
But even if you give him the Aegis, he just needs items. Like they don't have enough towers, I guess, to make up for his early death. He's only got 52 CS, which is still good, but when you look at the Morphling and the Morphling is 73, normally you'd expect the Orchid to come out a good 2-3 minutes before Linken's, but not with these deaths.
He's actually gonna still go for Linken's is also make sure that he's gonna be speed pushing really
Quite
safe.
good this game.
Yeah, against the Vortex and Dragon Tail, he's gonna be really safe.
Well, LGD are gonna pull a fast one here, though. It looks like. Oh no! Is Hal going for the Aegis theft? Is he thinking about it?
No,
No, checking the room.
Sean
Yeah.
has fallen
And now
to
he's
the
like,
dark.
okay.
Dire's
Well, they'll
bottom
find
tower
Enigma here
is
on the way
under
out, but
attack.
Storm's at the ready. He's got a DD rune. He could pop it. Wave over the top. Impale connects on two. Blink Dagger was there to turn the fight, and now the Grave popped defensively. Storm from the backside comes, but Morphling just replicates out. Dodges away from the fight. They'll lose Banana, but it's well worth the trade. 2 for 1 once again, and already Moo. Maybe it's a 2 for 2. Okay, now it's a decent trade. Doom comes in. Xiaohui's a bit late. He wanted to mech his teammate and turn that around, but couldn't do so in time. But Hao didn't die, and Hao's now got 1,800 gold. Lincoln's is... He could have like a 16-minute Lincoln's, 15-minute Lincoln's.
Yeah, he's gonna have a very fast one, and not to mention he's not a safe lane morphing, so it's even more worth it than if he gets so much farm. And Newbee is going to be looking to defend this tower here. I think it might be difficult with the black hole. Oh no, they're just gonna
There
go in.
on Yao. Do they have the follow-up? Imps are coming through.
They have
Now
a black
the wave.
hole. They
Oh
want to
boy.
fight.
Oh boy. But they don't have anyone to follow up to the black hole. It'd kind of just be a waste with the Doom on Yao. And he's gonna go down. Denied. Nicely done, but black hole on 3. Is there the follow-up? That's the question, Rabbit. Remnant number 1. Not enough. The mech just makes them shrug it off. And now they just start right-clicking. There's your waveform. Over the top. A blink. Impale on 2. Moo delivers. And Rabbit's now in headlong retreat mode. Can he get out? Can this Dazzle get out? Has a Grave. Has no TP. There's a direct wave on his face. The body blocks from Hao. Spectacular so far. Or not that spectacular, actually, but good enough anyway. It looked like it was going to be spectacular. Then it wasn't. Well, he's dead. 14 to 5.
It was still a good effort to divert the Dazzle's. He wanted to go to the right, then instead he decided to go to the left, which was a longer path.
Well, Winter, I don't think this looks very good for LGD. This looks very, very bad for LGD.
Yeah, like you mentioned, I was talking about, okay, they have a black hole, but what is the follow-up?
And the worst part is they used it in the end, and it didn't do anything, and now they don't have it for the next fight.
Yeah, they don't have any AoE follow-up apart from Fire Breath and Remnant. That's about it. They don't have any stuns to follow it up.
I think the big issue for LGD to this game was honestly just the Dragon Knight mid, because Newbee went greedy, but Newbee went greedy with heroes that lane better. Like the Morphling just crushed that lane.
I was like talking about if you pick the Dragon Knight that early, oh, he's gonna reveal the smoke hiding in the corner. Sneaky move. The sneaky bug.
Got a blink as well. He could go in. They dive on Xiaowei. This is a bait, perhaps, though. Is the Nyx coming? He is. Well, Xiaowei's gonna mech, and then they just realize it's not a good idea to go. There's a Sprout on Moo as well. Oh, it's gonna be a 2 for 1. Nope, blinks out. No sentries were there to cancel it. Give him the vision. Carapace. Earn. They're diving for this to bail on 2. I don't think they should continue. Well, they've got a regen. Maybe they can.
Maybe he gets the regen and he zips all the way there.
Very risky. But they're chasing. LG, this is not like the old LGD. They're really chasing for kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Morphling, does he have Lincolns on the way? That's a 14.5-minute Lincolns. And not rushed. He's gotten all the core items first. Wow. How do they kill him now? Like, really, how do you do it? Orchid's still a good, like, 3, 4, or 5 minutes off.
They need, like, the Prophet to cast Nature's Wrath to break the Lincolns, or be there to Sprout and break the Lincolns and then kill him. But even if they do that, it's still...
They need the Orchid as well, and it's at least 3 minutes off.
If they do it slow, he'll still get his strength morph in time and he will never die from that. I guess the best way is to trigger the Lincolns with Nature's Wrath from globally before you go in with the Orchid.
Smoke from Newbee. They'll keep this relentless aggression up. There's actually a zip in top from Xiaotuji. He does have Aegis here, sure, but if he dies once, with the Doom, they could kill him a second time. And King Che is Blink, so they've got a double initiation. Doom's actually bottom, though.
He's surrounded.
Well, they can kill him once. I don't know if they get the double kill here, but actually they'll just find the Dazzle on the backside. Not the biggest kill, but this would be a bigger one. Wards get dropped. They've got Xiaotuji, but do they have backup? Blink in. Mana Burn's there, but he's still alive. Then King J blinks forward and zaps him. He actually had mana to zip farther than that. He could have zipped away.
Yeah, I guess he didn't expect to die. That's why he wanted to save some mana, so in case if his team comes to manage to stun and stop someone from running, he'll still have the mana pool to get back in and vortex someone before his Aegis is popped.
Well, they kill the Dazzle and they pop the Aegis for some Serpent Wards. Another Just another spectacularly good trade for Newbee.
Yeah, Morphing is gonna get so much farm in the bottom lane. He's gonna get like one minute or so, 2 minutes to farm up this lane and the jungle. He's gonna get a lot of this. Can even get the Ghost Scepter. I think once he gets the Ghost Scepter, a lot of their damage is physical damage too. It's gonna be another form of way that he can actually survive through the burst. I mean through the disable of the Vortex and the Dragon Tail.
LGD just don't have much burst. Now the Orchid, that could be it. Just not only the silence, but also the damage amp. We'll just have to see how greedy Hal plays with his
They
strike
need to
more.
coordinate this very well with the Prophet Ultimate to break the Lincolns. Otherwise, it's still a very difficult kill on the Morphing.
You know, Winter, this is not like Hal. He's sitting on a 23 strength that he could morph. And he's such an aggressive
trying to
carry
win the
player.
game. What's wrong? He's trying
He's
to
such
win
an
the game.
aggressive carry player, though. Like, normally Hal would have all agility. Especially at this start.
He makes sure he doesn't die this time, dude.
I think he's got a stricter in-game commander now, who's not going to let him mess around.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
This guy right here.
It's like playing with Burning and he makes sure that... And your exercise, you're playing with Burning and he makes sure that you don't fool around.
Xiao 8 will give him the angry raised eyebrows if he gets greedy. That was my best effort.
No, he's gonna be the nagging guy. I told you how many freaking times not to do that. Why do you still have to do that? And yeah, okay, dude, I got this. I have 20.
I got this, dude. Oh, Hal didn't use his replicate in time, so now he's just gonna be low on mana and have to retreat. By the way, Moo is just creating all kinds of space. I don't know if you saw, but he was just running through the enemy woods, blinks into their tier 2, jumps out, and he forces the Storm to blow all his mana trying to catch him. But Rabbit has a DD rune now. I feel like this is where LGD should look to force something. He actually TP's top. He's not going with his team.
And King J is going to look for some solo pickoffs. So I think he's actually strong enough to pick off the Storm even alone when if he sees him on the map. Storm is 800 HP. Yeah, I think he can do it.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier with a +1 though.
Mm-hmm. It's still a difficult kill. I think maybe he might miss the kill. He needs someone to help. Okay.
His disables aren't very highly leveled, but yeah, the
Here's
backup's
the
coming
summon.
now. Hasted Morphling just charging into the fray and easily done. Icy's actually gone for the Shadow Blade here this time around, by the way.
Yeah, he's trying to be the carry this time.
LGD do have a pretty good late game.
Oh, here comes the Doom on DD. No good when you have Doom on you. You can't use your black hole, but he actually doesn't have mana either way.
And they're pushing mid end as well, applying pressure all around the map. And the tier 2 falls top. So LGD just at this point, you know, it's enter rat mode basically because they're not fighting.
Yeah, that's when you feel why didn't the Prophet have a Necrovoke now?
No, I think the Shadow Blade's good for the ratting.
Ah, he's dead. He's dead soon.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
No point in ratting.
I'm so sad to see a Nyx with this hideous cosmetic doing well.
Why?
I don't know.
I thought you were rooting for Moo.
I'm rooting for... not for this cosmetic.
So I guess you have to buy him another one.
Okay.
That's how you solve the problem, right? You give him an option of using another better cosmetic.
You know, maybe it's just a next level cosmetic, right? Because Nyx is a naturally hideous character, so it's just like taking what's unique about Nyx and amplifying it to the extreme. So maybe it's the best Nyx cosmetic in reality. That's next level.
He's gonna talk about the Nyx finding another kill.
Oh, I see. Oh boy. Some bad luck for him, almost.
Yeah, he was lucky that there was no detection there on the two heroes, but Moo is still gonna try and hunt for someone here. He's gonna go scouting everywhere, but Rabbit is all the way towards middle lane.
Moo is a real terror this game. Just that the threat of Moo is keeping LGD so bottled up and just restricted in terms of their positioning.
Yeah, and LGD doesn't... This time when you want the 5-man against the Nyx, you don't have the 5-man. You have the split push.
They can't 5-man against him. They can't find the solo pickoffs with the Storm either. And the Prophet with the Shadow Blade can't do what he wants to do.
I would think that the Necrobook would have given him more protection and speed pushing power this game compared to the Shadowblade.
It also makes you a bit of a harder solo kill. That's the other thing
Yeah,
that we often
the
don't
HP.
talk about, is the HP, yeah.
16 strength, very underrated.
Strength wins games. Chow 8's going right in mid. There's Malefice available here. Is there backup at the ready? There is Moo. And then the BKB comes out from Chow 8. He is dropping fairly quickly. The wards come in from the side. They trap in Rabbit, who's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, but he does get graved. It doesn't matter, I don't think, with Moo on this chase. Doom wearing off soon. They earn him, but it doesn't matter. He'll still go down. And now the chase is truly on. Enchantress coming in from the side. Morphling over the top. Has 3,000 gold. I don't think has... doesn't have the E-Blade yet. Almost, though.
And they force the buyback and they retreat.
And now they get the E-Blade probably before the next fight. And then LGD, good luck not dying. I wish them all the best.
You have Grave.
Yeah. E-Blade is very hard, especially now that Morphling can cast while he's waving again. Very hard to grave in time there. Very hard.
You just have to click your key on top of the hero every time. Put your W on top of the guy.
You just have to use the Force, Winter. The
Use
Force will always be with you.
I think your reaction timing is much more helpful than the Force here.
Oh boy,
unless somehow the Force helps you react faster.
You're a real sourpuss, my friend. Yeah, I don't...
Okay, may the Force be with you, my friend.
Always. There's
And
your E-Blade.
what's the follow-up line after that? After may the Force be with you.
And with you. And also with you.
So may the Force be with you and also with you?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't watched Star Wars in a little while. I'm overdue for... Well, the problem is that it's very painful to watch those new episodes.
Let's do like Lord of the Rings. One blade to rule them all.
Alright, buddy. When you come to the US, we'll watch all of the Star Wars and Lord of the Rings episodes in one big marathon. There you go.
Okay.
We're going on Shatuji now. Doom. Straight onto DD. The Impale actually isn't going to connect, but the shotgun! The shotgun is there! And now Morphling, the Godzilla Waterman. He's on the prowl. Yao's caught out in the sprout. Yao will go down, and will give another kill. Actually to the Shadow Shaman. Blink. Impale from Moo. Another wave over the top. A godlike Morphling. At 24 minutes in, Newbee have 22 kills. And LGD just looked lost.
200 CS for Solomate.
GG! Not even close.
So you can't, it's already proven, you can't beat the director.
Well, Xiao 8 makes a statement here, I guess. To be fair, he's had a lot of help from his team. I wouldn't say that he carried them by any means, but hey, if he's the in-game leader, you gotta give him some credit. They played well.
Yeah, I think the way they switch up the lanes and transition the draft, especially, I think the most impressive one was the last pick Enchantress, which changed the whole gameplay they had initially. Initially, it looks like it's going to be a Nyx, Shadow Shaman, Morphling safe lane, Doom solo mid or off lane, and it's going to be like a very passive playstyle. But after the last pick Enchantress, after they saw LGD going to be greedy with their Enigma, well, that actually turned the whole game, the whole early game apart. Since that LGD cannot afford to fight the Enchantress early on, they needed to play dodgeball. So they changed the lanes, they put the Dazzle and the Storm Spirit on the bottom lane, and they rotated the Enigma towards bottom as well. But the other lanes, as a result of that, the other lanes were under severe pressure. The first rotation by the Enchantress was Clutch, getting the first blood on the Dragonite, and it restricted so much of their other movements as well. So it's a really good transition for the Enchantress, I think the last pick Enchantress for Newbee.
Winter, this was such a convincing one-sided affair that we've got 2 hours until our next series. LG goes home.
Time to get some nachos. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, come on over, buddy. We'll go out. But yeah, 2 hours and 7 minutes until our next match.
I doubt 2 hours is gonna be enough for me to even make it halfway through the trip.
What? Oh yeah.
Maybe
I see what you did
I'll
there.
take 2 hours. I'll take 2 hours reaching halfway somewhere to Malaysia to Dubai.
You'll take 2 hours getting to the airport, basically. But
yeah, I need to pack my stuff, get ready, my nacho appetite, and 2 hours is gone.
well, apparently that series was a snoozer because our Roland, our production man here, is just sleeping on the futon in front of me. Normally I can wake him up with my casting, but not this time around. LGD are now officially eliminated from Starladder Season 9, but Newbee, they move on. They are one win away from that trip to Kiev for the Starladder Season 9 LAN Finals, the biggest LAN, at least heading into the big month of June it will be. So, nearly $200,000 in prize money. A lot for these teams to look forward to. And coming up next coming up in 2 hours, we have IG versus DK. Winner of that punches their ticket as the #1 Chinese team to Kiev. The loser plays Newbee for the final slot. Who's it going to be? We'll find out in 2 hours' time. I'm LD. He's Winter. If you enjoy our casting, follow us on Twitter. Twitter.com/LDDota, Twitter.com/WinterDota, and Twitter.com/BeyondTheSummit. We are Beyond the Summit. We'll be back in 2 hours. Stay tuned.